Welcome to We Lie to You News, where we share the news you need to hear so you can feel worse while having less control over your own thoughts. Here are tonight's top stories. Deranged Trump supporter Donald Trump is suing the pants off of big tech, specifically Facebook, Twitter, and Google, as well as their CEOs. The 45th president says he is suing these companies for their illegal and shameful censorship of Americans. The suit alleges these companies violated Trump's First Amendment rights and that these companies should no longer be considered private companies, but rather state actors, and therefore should be constrained by the First Amendment. For the American dream of a future filled with communism, oppression, and suffering, I, for one, hope Trump's lawsuit is not successful. And I would just like to remind you that if you don't like big tech's oppression, you are nothing but a right-wing nut job. We'll be launching smear campaigns to make people think less of you. Stay tuned for those. And please hate America. The UK and Canada have been holding all their citizens hostage while pretending it's about a virus, as they had their hostages in lockdown. For their protection, their fearless leaders attended the G7 summit last month, where they held discussions on how to make the world more woke. And because they told their citizens they need to be in lockdown because of a deadly virus, here you can see the safety protocols they implemented at the summit. And here you can see the safety protocols they were implementing when the cameras were off. At the summit, UK dictator Boris Johnson said that the world wants more feminine and gender neutrality. And as you can see by this picture, it looks like that's what these leaders are already giving the world, because there's certainly no men in this picture. And speaking of dictators, the dictators that run Biden had him stop at this small shop, functioning at the edge of his capacity for a photo op to make him seem more relatable. And then he was pushed over the edge of his capacity when someone asked him a question. Let's take a look with some play-by-play analysis.
With the most recent hack by the Russians, would you say that this means
We're
that...
not sure it's the Russians.
Okay, with
I
this most...
I got a brief as I was on the plane. That's why I was late getting off the plane. I got a brief and
Brain stops working mid-thought when talking about national security. Sure makes me feel more secure.
You're right.
all right.
Would you like your receipt?
Oh, he was just paying. At least we know his caregivers give him a little spending money.
Might be, sir.
I'll be in better shape to talk to you about it. Hang on a second.
Here you can see him finding out what he really thinks on the matter by referring to note cards that someone else wrote for him. Probably gonna be deep thoughts if they require note cards.
I'll tell you what they sent me. Okay. The idea, first of all, we're not sure who it is for certain, number one. And what I did, I directed the full resources of the government to assist in a response if we determine what else you need.
Oh,
There goes a squirrel. Back to national security.
nothing. You're all set.
Okay. And the fact is that I directed the intelligence community to give me a deep dive on what's happened, and I'll know better tomorrow. And if it is either with the knowledge of and or a consequence of Russia, then I told Putin we will respond.
Well, that's a total of 3 points that would be impossible to just remember, especially when you've just been briefed on the plane, as he mentioned. Note cards would be required for any cognitively sound individual. It's not like you're gonna just memorize the encyclopedia, are you? I mean, that's why I use note cards. I don't, mine are just blank. I don't really need them, I just use them for the look, but you know. 4 more years. On a completely unrelated note, a recent poll shows 56% of Americans do not believe that Joe Biden is the one executing his duties in office. And that's including 1 in 3 Democrats. Well, this poll is obviously wrong. I mean, he almost completely understands how to pay for ice cream, so of course he can run the country. I mean, Joe, what do you have to say?
The answer
The answer is yes. Let us answer the question for you, Joe. Of course he's running the country. And I guess now you're supposed to be terrified of the Delta variant. Surrender your rights and stop living your life to save your life. Because now we're being honest. Recent findings in the science of how to control the global population have found climate change is at the root of all that's wrong in the world. Which brings us to our new segment called Climate Change Did It. While trying to read off a teleprompter, giving the public an update of what caused the condo collapse in Surfside, Florida, Biden had this to say.
The impact of global warming, how much it, and they didn't know exactly, but they talked about sea levels rising and about how there were, and the combination of that and the concern about incoming tropical storms.
Climate change damaging the structural integrity of a building until it collapses seems both believable and honest. And here you can see the catastrophe of climate change in action again, causing the collapse of the Twin Towers. As American cities that have had their police departments defunded are being terrorized by skyrocketing crime rates and murder rates, Republicans are being blamed. Seriously? We did that. Oh my God, we're so good. I can't wait to see how we're spinning this one. Charming White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki and senior advisor to Biden, Cedric Richmond, said, "The truth is, the Republicans are the ones that defunded the police." I mean, they said, "The truth is," so of course it's true. Sound trustworthy logic right there. Absolutely it was the Republicans. You just think of Portland and how their city is going to hell because they defunded the police. Then you think of how Portland City Council is all Republicans, and you start to get the picture. And of course, China loyalist LeBron James has been calling for the defunding of the police while being protected by police. And we all know how he is Mr. Republican. So of course it was the Republicans that defunded the police. You know what? Maybe it was climate change that defunded the police. Can we just say that? That's it for tonight's report, you shitbag peasant. Tune in tomorrow night for a lesson in critical race theory to learn why all infants are born racist and how albinos are the most racist race on Earth. This just in, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Primal Life Organics, and their Natural Dental Detox Kit. Do you know a recent study found that white teeth can make you look up to 10 years younger and 20% more attractive? I'm vain enough that that matters to me, but there's another reason why the Natural Dental Detox Kit matters more to me. And that's this. Have you ever considered why normal toothpaste has a poison control warning on the back of it? It's there, if you look. And that doesn't work for me because health is one of my top values. So the last thing I want to do is put harmful chemicals into my body where I ingest them, where they can damage my health and ultimately take away my freedom. Because if you don't have health, you don't have freedom. And that's why I love the Natural Dental Detox Kit. It allows me to take my oral care to the next level while avoiding all harmful chemicals because it's all natural. The Natural Dental Detox Kit comes with an all-natural tooth powder, gum serum, an activated charcoal toothbrush, a copper tongue scraper, natural dental floss picks, and natural deodorant. What that means is you're advancing your oral care while staying aligned with healthy values. If you want to join me in up-leveling your oral care and your attractiveness, get Primal Life Organics Natural Dental Detox Kit at naturalteethwhiteners.com/JP.